Hi, my name is Keith and I'm known as the Florida Stone Man, and today I'm going to talk to you about a very interesting topic. So, today's topic is really interesting. It's about how prophecies can be broken, man-made prophecies, outside the Bible and outside of holy books. Now, I'm specifically talking about the Bible because the Bible prophecies stay the same. Man-made prophecies, on the other hand, man cannot bypass God. So I'm going to talk to you about why you might have seen certain prophecies by man before that have not come true. Now, I think it's really interesting because a lot of people have, I started noticing after my 2024 predictions video, a lot of people will do their predictions as well. That's fine. My predictions, I'm just flat out telling you in my predictions what's going to happen in 2024. There's no changing it. That's a hardcore, it's basically, I'm going to say, I can't say set in stone, but that's basically everything that's happening this year leads up to that point. Now, and you'll have to watch the video because the information in that video, you'll watch it later on in the year again and you'll be like, oh, Stoneman was correct. But how am I able to come up with a certain prophecy? It's because you have to know that prophecies that man makes can be broken, so you're able to make a better, not a guesstimate, it's basically like a mathematical equation of physicality, spirituality, and just different factors coming into a play. That's why what I said is going to be playing a role in the future, and it's something set in stone. But like I said, it's not set in stone. Why is that? It's because any prophecy, even the ones you kind of predict, are able to be broken. No, when you guys read the future, when you go to people for tarot readers, psychics, anything for the future, and people are reading the future, and it seems like they're wrong sometimes. And this is really interesting because lots of psychics will gather together and they'll come up with predictions. And I don't know if you guys have come across other psychics' predictions, but I just tend to ignore these now. People will be like, okay, the fate of this, and that, because they'll all have the same visions, they'll all have the same etc. And then when it doesn't happen, they kind of feel dumb or they kind of feel stupid, but it's not to make them feel dumb or to feel stupid. It's a reminder that God is God. You have to keep in mind, we live in a third dimension. But the future, every second becomes the future, and also every second becomes the past. You have to keep in mind that if there's a prophecy that man has come up outside the Bible, that it's set in stone, it's not set in stone because God can change timelines. I'm going to give you a very specific example. And I use people in the spiritual community as an example because people be power tripping, okay? Now, and when I say power tripping, they power trip, like a flat out power trip. Like, okay, this person is going to be the most powerful person ever by this age, etc. Now, if the person does right and they're doing everything good and they're close to God, etc., they're on the right track, okay, that prophecy with the mathematical adding in the factors of the person being a good person, the person accepting that they're not 100% correct, the person just relying on God, then that's going to happen just because there's a certain patterns leading up to a specific point. But for people to make flat out prophecies or say, okay, and maybe I would like to reveal some on camera. I have to be kind of vague, but yeah, I'm going to be vague in this YouTube video because I'm not going to reveal other prophecies that have been made. And I'll give other examples that are not the specific prophecies because everyone kind of comes up with a prophecy, but when they're wrong, people backtrack and go in their shells. You'll see this on other YouTubers' channels, TikTok, etc. So people will tell you, in the year 2024, you can expect not you can expect, people are going to say, this is going to happen, and when it doesn't happen, people are just going their shells, and they just pretend like they've never said it, when we have to be 100% accountable of anything. So, like I said, if there's something that has been said, a prophecy, maybe you're supposed to be the most powerful person in your bloodline and have the most spiritual gifts, etc., and that was told you by 3, 4, 5, 6 different psychics, and it didn't happen, you have to keep in mind that God is God and he can change prophecies. I'll give you more example. There's a crystal called Prophecy Stone. It literally, and people are going to go running to get Prophecy Stone, most of it, because not every Prophecy Stone is the same. Florida Stone Man has the good Prophecy Stones, but I don't hand them out to everyone, okay? I don't let everyone buy Prophecy Stone for me, just because I see certain people try to be bad with it. And every Prophecy Stone, sometimes one Prophecy Stone has more strength than the other one. Prophecy Stone allows you to see prophecies. Basically, you'll see the prophecy of what will happen with this person in the future. Like, for example, you guys, I mean, maybe you've seen a prophecy on yourself. Maybe you've seen a prophecy of someone else. So I can look at a prophecy, basically take the Prophecy Stone, and you guys will kind of call it reading people. I don't call it reading people. I call it viewing a prophecy. But you look at this person's prophecy, and this person is going to end up, because we all have our own different prophecies. This person's prophecy is to have 2 kids with no wife, or to be a widow, right? And that person goes to someone else and doesn't find that. They find the exact same information, like, wow. But it not end up, when it doesn't happen, or that person finds out that the prophecy is not heading that way and it's completely incorrect. Was it incorrect? So people will view it as, this was wrong, or this was right, versus, because that's not how you're supposed to look at prophecies. They can break, they can change, because God, in the end, God's God. We don't question God. If he changes a prophecy, he might have saw that it's not supposed to go this way. Either it's going to go this way because he said it's going to go this way. Maybe that was in your highest good. Maybe that was a better path for you. Sometimes certain prophecies can be shown to multiple psychics or multiple spiritualists. And this definitely applies to people opening their spiritual gifts, because when you open your clairvoyance, you're going to see a lot of prophecies. You're going to see a lot of information. Like I said, the ones in the Bible, they stay the same, such as I'll give one example that's specific from the Bible, the Euphrates River. If you're a spiritual person and you've had some prophecies about that recently, those are correct because the Bible states it. That's a prophecy that doesn't move. And I'm not talking any more about that. If you're a spiritual person who gets the prophecies, or what's going on specifically about it right now, then okay. If you don't, then okay. But, because some people will try to read the future when they open their spiritual gifts, and they'll get severely disappointed. Why is that? It's because sometimes we're just not meant to know. Or we can have a hint of the most likely outcome, because there is multi-dimensions. Different versions of us in different realities are doing different things. That's why in law of attraction, whatever kind of actions you put off is pulling you to that reality of yourself. Let's just say there's a prophecy of you having your own business, doing extremely well, blah, 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 blah. And then that's what you've heard from several different people, or several people have had that feeling about you, and it's not happening. It's because there's also a prophecy as above, so below. In my past 3 videos, I taught about that. There's an opposite to everything. There's a universal law of opposites, of everything being, there's a polar opposite to everything, okay? The polar opposite to good is bad. Now, if you find you're on the other track, or the other side of the prophecy, it's because, like I said, at the end of the day, God controls your prophecy, and you can't 100% see it. From what I have seen, and because I've had people tell me their prophecies before, people are like, I've seen, because people who are spiritualists and clairvoyants will group up together and be like, okay, this is going to happen in the year of this. Well, that can change because God's God. I hope you guys are getting the trend. So, how does this apply to you guys? So, when you guys have a dream, when you have visions, and sometimes they don't happen, is it because it was wrong? Not always. If it's by a trickster spirit, if it's by a demon, because trickster spirits don't know anything. Demons know something, but they don't know everything. That's why they tell everything. Angels, they won't fully tell you, and sometimes the angels fully don't know themselves because God can switch it up. I hope you guys are getting the trend. So there's no such thing as 100% reading the future. Can you predict the future based on a certain set of patterns, which I did in my 2024 prediction video? Yeah. Can you do it based on elements? Yeah. But when you guys are reading yourself, when you're seeing, looking at cards, doing oracle, this, and that, going to different psychics, the information essentially means nothing. Because in the end of the day, God is God. Man will try as hard as man can to bypass him, to outdo him, which man forgets who made men, right? The thing is, how are you supposed to predict the future then? You're not. You're not supposed to predict the future. If you'd like a specific prophecy to happen about yourself, you put in the action, you ask God for help. Ask him to change. Ask him to improve the prophecy of whatever timeline you're ending up in. Whatever direction your life is heading in, ask God to change it to the most favorable one. Now, what happens, because sometimes, this is really interesting. This is actually very important too. If you've seen a specific dream, such as the death of this person, or, and this is really interesting, because sometimes in dreams you'll see the death of people. Can that be changed? If God wants it to be changed, it'll be changed. But if it's unchangeable, then it's unchangeable. Regardless, you should ask. Say, okay, I see this as a prophecy. Some people just flat out accept it, and then that ends up happening. Versus, okay, can you change this? And it can be changed. Or can you change this and it stays the same? Because that's how it was meant to be. That's how it was meant to go. That's why when it happens with certain family members, when a family member is meant to pass, and everyone's like, okay, that family member is going to pass. Like, it's just, I've seen, people are like, oh, I've seen dreams about it, I've had visions, I asked my angels, I asked my spirits. Angels, I know some of you are not actually talking to angels because of the answers that you get. So sometimes a spirit will be like, I'm an angel. And you're like, no, you're not an angel. Like, talk about God. I want to hear what you have to say about God. And the spirit's like, 1, 2, 3. Because spirits will try to, like, change the topic. But when you're talking to fallen angels, they're like, you are the God. Or like, well, if you want to hear about God, then basically society's full of gods. And we're not yet woke. With angels, they'll actually talk to you about God and teach you about different things of the Bible and bring you to a higher version of yourself and a track that leads you to becoming closer to the Creator. But the thing is, the trend is prophecies can change. Man is never 100% correct. When you try to predict the future and you're wrong, don't feel bad about it. Just know that if you've asked God for help to change your path to being the highest path for you, then it's going to change to the most favorable one, and whatever kind of other multi-dimensions of you doing something else, something happening to you, etc., will change to be in your favor. If you're not asking for help, then you'll go with the flow. You know what going with the flow means, right? So when you're going with the flow, wherever the flow goes, you're being led with it. I thought this entire video was extremely important to talk about because I'm seeing all these spiritualists and people come up with different prediction videos, and I'm just like, I don't know if it's because I did my prediction video, I started noticing other people do prediction videos, but in my prediction video, it's not even a prediction, it's just different factors of mathematics coming together to tell you what's going to happen and what you can expect. It's kind of like if you wore your backpack to school, you put a bunch of books in it, the books got heavy, and I'm going to be telling you like, hey, you're going to have a long day at school. It's like, how did you know? It's because your backpack's full. And it's full of books, and it's going to weigh you down a little bit. By the end of the day, you're like, how did you know? It's just because spiritual mathematics and physical mathematics going together make for amazing predictions. That's what you guys should be doing for yourselves with the help of God. Ask God to help you. Help you see things that will be helping you. Help you see things that are not helping you to remove them. So when it comes to predicting the future, you guys can't really do that. You can make estimates, but that's not the nature of man. Unless it's in the Bible or holy books in general, which I'm only speaking about the Bible. That's set in stone, literally. It's in Scripture, it's set in stone. Those prophecies will come true. Prophecies made by man, spiritual leaders, etc., you can throw them in the garbage. Ooh, ouch. Ouch. And I've actually plays well with others. when it comes to me and other spiritual leaders, if I hear something that doesn't resonate, I'll say, okay, that's not. I mean, I'll respect the opinion and be like, hey, that's kind of. I mean, basically, if sometimes I'll get like, you can't bypass God, right? And they'll be like, what are you talking about? I'm like, okay, bye. And then that's how I end up mainly just having my own YouTube channel, uncorrupt, no information that pilots people towards a certain narrative. It's teaching you guys to learn for yourselves. When you go on different people's videos, different TikToks, different YouTubes, etc., stop 100% taking anything someone has to say to you into account. The only thing that matters is what God has in his path for you. If a man said it and it's outside the Bible, or it's outside any holy books, which I'm only speaking about the Bible, then you can throw it in the garbage, because remember, God is God. God made man, and prophecies can be broken. Prophecies can change. People don't like to hear that. So predictions from spiritualists, predictions from that are just fully based on prophecy alone, is outside of holy book or holy books, can be thrown in the garbage. If you don't believe that, wait till the end of the year, and the people who made the prophetic predictions will be like, well, they'll be going into shells. I've actually seen certain people who make prophecies delete their entire pages or take them down temporarily because people are looking for them. I shouldn't laugh, but like, geez, it's like, it's the same pattern every year around this time. So if you have any questions, ask them in the comments section. I hope this video helped you become more aware. The most important thing in the world is that God is God. If you'd like to move closer to him, ask him for help, and magic will happen in your life. Until then, guys, I'll see you guys next time. Ciao!